So have you looked into Yang's campaign here in New York now? Because I think he's talking about a lot of these policies now in very concrete ways here in New York City. These aren't just like big ideas for the national system. He's talking about here in New York actually implementing this stuff. He's talking about not a universal basic income, but funding for, I think, 500,000 residents to get, I'm not sure what the amount is.
Well, it's 500 for 2,000 a month.
No, it's not 2,000 a month. I think it's 2,000 a year. Yeah, it's very low.
Yeah, 2,000 a year is pennies. When I first originally read that, I thought it was actually a typo, and I assumed it would be 2,000 a month. But then I actually ran the numbers, and to do 2,000 a month for 500,000 people would cost $25 billion. And it's not feasible at the moment. However, we can absolutely fund 150,000 people at $1,500 a month for $3 billion or less. Yeah. So, I mean, and we can pull that out of the NYPD budget. Not that I would advocate for defunding the police, but we should defund the police and homelessness in New York City.
I'm an advocate for defunding the police.
I was actually just running the numbers earlier today, and right now we spend about $5.2 billion from the city's annual budget just on the patrol alone. That's just patrol on the streets. Mm-hmm. And right now, if we end homelessness in New York City, we end the need for that much patrol. So we could easily justify taking $3 billion out of their $5.2 billion because they don't need to have anywhere near as many feet on the ground.
Well, and that's the thing. I love taking on the bad labels that people, I know it's a horrible label. Defunding the police, it could have been phrased better.
Right? Well, what would be a better phrase? What do people actually mean when they say defund the police? Because what people who oppose it use the phrase as, it means to abolish the police, to get rid of the police, to take away their funding completely so that there's chaos in the streets. Why does it not mean that?
Defund the police is a label they give this policy idea to say, let's rethink our funding for the police. It should be called refund the police. That has a little more of a spin. That's like, oh, refund, that sounds positive. I can work with that, blah, 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 blah. But it is what it is. It's the label. Let's go with it, man. Who cares? Like, atheist is a bad word. Motherfucker, I'm an atheist. Now what? Like, I'm normalizing that word. I'm an atheist. I have a pit bull.
Let's get past the labels and let's get down to the nitty gritty of what we're actually talking about. And when it comes to defunding the police, it's just so easy to see, okay, well, we don't need as many police on the street if we have no homeless people, because most of the things, like most of what the patrol is addressing is the homeless population. And that's putting a huge strain on the hospitals and the medical industry. And if we can just put people in houses, we fix so many problems throughout the city.
You know, that's such a great way of looking at it, that the police and needing to fund the police as high as we do is a symptom of a system that is not functioning well, because rather than putting the funding into things like schools, into things like fixing homelessness, into elevating your population and uplifting your population, you leave them out to dry, and then you invest in police to protect yourself from the people who are not being enfranchised in your society. So if you reallocate that funding towards lifting people up, you have less of a need for an authoritarian police force.
I will say, as just like a quick reminder, police protect property, not people.
Right. Capital. They protect capital.
Right. Yeah. Well, the thing is, you create a problem, then you create the fix to it. And it makes money both ways. That's capitalism. Government Wall Street inspired capitalism. A hurricane is good for the stock market. It's not good.
Pandemic.
Absolutely.
Pandemic is great for stock market.
Stock market.
Well,
if you sell on the way down, you buy on the way up, you're good to go.
Exactly. Simple. You know, I was actually, I think I came across this in either a tweet or one of my friends said this or something, that the stock market is really just rich people's feelings through gambling.
It's a barometer of rich people's feelings.
Yeah, man. It's an emotional indicator for them. How you feeling today? Great.
I'm just going to invest in this because I'm feeling good today.
Yeah, Walmart just picked up 14 points on the NASDAQ. I think I'm going to go take my old lady out, you know.
Thanks for checking out this clip from our show.
To watch more clips or full episodes, click on our profile below.
If you want to stay up to date on all of our new episodes and videos, click subscribe.
And if you have any ideas for future guests or topics that you would like to see us cover on the show,
leave us a message in the comments or connect with us on any of our social media channels at Funtime Program
or on our website at funtimeprogram.com.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.